Hello and welcome everybody, I'm Bavarian, this is Crusade Kings 2 and we are Better Wales. While real Wales is pretty much under the control of Sardinia and Corsica, we are in control of Better Wales, and everybody in Better Wales is becoming, well, English or horse, whatever, you know, suits you best really. We're looking at a situation where, of course, I want to have some time pass because I just want to take a look at the world once the great hordes come, once the Mongols start invading, although I fear that they will essentially just, like, destroy everything in their way because there is a reformed Tengri faith. They are incredibly aggressive. I would be surprised if they wouldn't take over the entire map, and that would be my arrow, you could say. But it could also enable me to kind of, you know, have the achievement where you have to fight a Mongol and an Aztec ruler. Either way, the plan for this episode is mostly to skip some time, maybe, you know, until like maybe 1200, I want to say, maybe 1210, but also, of course, to reform the Germanic faith. And where do you start, if not by making the Vikings your servants? And how do you do that? Of course, you know, just check out, hey, hello there, Lodin, you have a strong claim on the Vikings. Would you like to come to my court? Oh, why, yes. Now, isn't that amazing? What I'm going to do is I'm just going to hire all of these mercenary bands. Of course, we just won a couple of wars over here that will enable me to, you know, hold Nidaros and then hopefully also push for Uppland. But most importantly, let's just take care of these goddamn Vikings, and then I will finally be happy. Where are these boats? There you are. Alright, you come with me. Let's destroy them, let's teach them a lesson, and let's make sure that they, you know, will become our willing servants. Oh my god, you know what I completely forgot? We can actually repair Stonehenge because we're Germanic. Usually you never see it because you have to be a pagan to do it, and usually the pagans are never in control, but you know what? I have infinite money. Let's repair Stonehenge. Let's make sure that these stones are in our favor. We can't even build any rune stones anymore, by the way, after 1100. That is impossible, and that sucks, but I'll take it. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, it isn't too bad. The Crusade for Italy has ended because the King of Italy has converted, which I don't believe is actually true. I don't think he converted. I think this is the rebellion that just won their war. This is the titular kingdom of Cuneo, Italy. Absolute load of nonsense. Yeah, there you go. It just got taken away from the Candido Pio. They simply lost their war against the Liberator, and the Crusade is literally wasted. I mean, just look at this. Next Crusade 1192, and they gained absolutely nothing from this one. Sucks to be you, Christians, especially considering that you are going to lose England. Man, look at this damn child mortality. Died of cancer, died a sickly infant, died clutching at his heart. We do not have a healthy family, and one of the last surviving ones is now Princess Victory the Jittery. Let's make possible whatever I can make possible. Man, that really, it just really sucks, because at the end of the day, you know, I need a strong dynasty and I get the exact opposite, but it doesn't really matter. All that I care for is that this bloodline stays alive. I think that is the primary issue. My god, Princess Victory the Jittery, you're horrible, but welcome to the club of potential rulers. Your siblings did not have a good time in it. And here comes the battle against the Vikings. Look at them, they look pretty cool. I don't think that they're gonna have a great time though. Yep, there they go. And the war's over. The Vikings have been defeated, and the Vikings are now my beautiful, beautiful vassals. You can see it right here. War Chief Lodin, the usurper of the Vikings. He is, of course, still, you know, a holy order, but he will be fine. He is in control of Bedford. That is the new capital of the holy order of the Vikings. But most importantly, I mean, look at this. We just need one more holy site. And if I may, I would love to take Uppsala. Let me just quickly get you out of the way. If we can get Uppsala here right away, I can literally immediately reform the religion, and that would just be utterly amazing. Wait a minute. Why is it so weak? Are you kidding me? Lost Holy Wars minus 36%? Are you kidding me? That's outrageous. Okay, how are you doing, Uppsala? Tell me about it. Border dispute, forced vassalization. I mean, I could just force vassalize you. I don't really want to hold it myself. I think we want to go with the forced vassalization. It really doesn't matter to me what we're looking at there in terms of who controls it directly. So, and just like that, wonderful Uppsala is now under our control. He is, of course, not too happy about it, but honestly, it just doesn't matter. We're still at 22. Which isn't too great, because 22 means that we aren't invincible, and invincibility would be quite important to me. You know what? I think I'm going to take Zeeland. If we take Zeeland from the French, we're looking at another 10% moral authority. Now, that wouldn't push us to 50, but, you know, after that, I just need to go and raid a bit. So I think what we are going to do is I'm just going to bring you onto the boats. We're going to push over here. We're going to make sure that, you know, we can declare a war that we can actually win. And honestly, let's just go. Let's just do it. I'm conquering Zeeland. You will have absolutely not... Oh, what? Conquest of Zeeland. That's just, you know, showing who actually holds this. That's fine. We're gonna win. This should be fairly easy. It's just a conquest, mind you, so this is not actually putting us into a position where we have to fight any other Catholics. And when you look at that, great holy war for Vladimir. Everybody wants to have Vladimir. Now let me actually look. So we have Jewish Finland, We have Zunist Ostrobothnia. Then we have actual Romova Estonia and most of Finland. They are now finally united, which is really nice. I think, so they actually had a war against the Teutonic Order, and I think they just won. Oh, that's very impressive. Let me just check this here, right? The Teutonic Order. Teutonic Order, there you go. Yeah, I think they just actually won their war. It was won by King Skoland of Estonia. Holy crap. The Estonians, the Romovans, after I gave up on them, actually kicked out the Teutonic Order. I'm impressed. And now the Sumonesco, oh, actually I was told, and this is quite interesting, Suomennusko. I think that's how it's pronounced, Suomennusko. Well, either way, they are going for Vladimir, so that is Reformed Slavic. I don't think there are any normal Suomenesco anymore, because, well, they're all gone. But look at that. I see some resurgence here by the Slavic faith, which is quite nice. Pannonia, oh god. What is this supposed to be, Queen Constanze? The repulsive, yeah, that's about right. Alright, and look at this. The war for Zeeland is over. France, of course, is lost. I've decimated them. I mean, my god, they actually seriously got taken out. And there was no hope for them. Now, you, my dear friend, shall hold on to Zeeland, because that is a holy site, and I genuinely just don't want it. I don't think that you could ever beat me, so I'm not... Are you serious? Oh my god. Failed prepared invasions. Infidel rebel victories. Temples looted. Are you joking? This has to be a joke, right? Okay, you know what? I have a lot of money, so why don't we just build an infinite amount of temples? You know, until we get down to like maybe 15k. I don't need the rest of the money. I'm just going to build all of this up, then I'm going to start raiding. And in a while, I think that we're looking at a total templification of this beautiful piece of land over here. And I mean, that can really be the only way to go. Oh, and would you look at that? Victory also died. We really have a bad track record with family members of ours dying. Well, actually, our direct children dying. That's a horrible track record. And you're not married. No, not like this. You need to be married. And honestly, at this point, I think I'm just going to look for someone that is actually lustful, regardless of any other stats. You know what? 14, you're a horse, whatever, dude. Just, you know, give me grandchildren, because I don't want to have it end this way. Now, she's pretty decent, you know, decent character. She's pretty stupid also, but my god, we got to figure this out, because sooner rather than later, I'm actually going to run out of any proper heirs here. Look at you. I mean, you're fine. Honestly, going Hellenic would probably be the biggest meme. Oh my god, they actually did it. I cannot believe that. They actually, the Suomenesco actually conquered. Are you kidding me? They actually conquered Vladimir. And they gave it to their holy order. My god, how did they do that? You know what? Good on you, I guess. Vladimir is now this, and honestly, this is so nice, because this is such a strange, complete chaos, complete anarchy reigning over here in Eastern Europe. It's just, I can't believe that they actually won that. They had nothing but that damn holy order. Everybody else already converted away. There was literally no one else. And yet they did it. And by the way, I am now very quickly building up the moral authority here, because it turns out that the entire territory that we conquered beforehand was absolute garbage. The defending troops here are at most like half of what we faced in the west. So yeah, you know what? We're back. It's finally done. I was about to lose my mind, but it's finally done. And there's nothing more that I want to do than destroy everybody around us. And you know what that means. We're going to have prepared invasions. We're going to have Sons of Ragnarok. We're going to do everything that is in my power to destroy all those that attempted to overcome our syncretism. Screw it. This is the religion of conquering, not the religion of sacrificing, just for the record here. This is the religion of destroying everybody that stood in my way. And honestly, I'm thinking, I know we already did it, but I'm thinking about ancestor veneration, because we are essentially just the culmination, right, of a huge clan, the Hastingen clan, that did so much in the world. And I, of course, understand that nobody will be venerated. Honestly, ancestor veneration, in my opinion, is one of the most disappointing things that you can pick, because it does very little. But I think we want to take this just for the enables eldership succession law right there. Temporal, I will be the Fylkir. Let's make this happen. Boom. The Germanic Reformation. The ancient Germanic religion is proving unable to withstand the onslaught of the cross and the moon. Rather than abandoning the old ways, Fylkir Glitter, who are the most powerful priests, have decided to, loudly clicking, reform the Germanic faith in order to turn the tides and lead the assault against the new religions. Firmly under the leadership of a holy Fylkir, the Germanic faith is ready to contend with its weak and effeminate opponents, be they missionaries or crusaders. This event could mark the beginning of a new era of pagan revivalism all throughout Europe and spell doom for the Abrahamic usurpers. We have done it. And the good thing about this is that I will immediately be able to start a great holy war, and you know And then I'm hungry. You know that I need a Great Holy War, because otherwise I'm gonna lose my freaking mind. Now, I wish I could access you, though, because I don't think I actually have enough people to start one immediately. You know what? In this case, I'm just gonna not do that. Let's just wait for a moment here. Just a moment. And I will make the moves as soon as they are possible. Now, let me just check something here. Could I theoretically, right? No vassals are fighting each other. Okay, we got some angry vassals. That's okay. Right now, Gavelkind is perfectly fine because we're not actually losing anything, but I'm just thinking long term. Now, did all of you convert? It does look like all of you converted. The Yoms Vikings as well. Very, very nice. Did we get any more English provinces? Yeah, look at that. The north here is becoming England. The rest does not appear to be becoming England, but that's okay. We got the horses now dominating Ireland, by the way, but also our republic is dominating Ireland as well. All I'm looking forward to is essentially just let me hire everybody, and then I'm going to declare a Great Holy War, and we're going to get this done. You know, I just looked at France and I thought to myself, I think this might just be the perfect opportunity here to go and destroy Sardinia and Corsica. And you know what? This is the right opportunity. England will finally be mine. I'm so sick and tired of everybody else holding England, me never getting to hold England. Now, the thing about this is, by the way, a lot of land that you can see right here and then down here was taken by my Merchant Republic. My Merchant Republic has been insanely aggressive. They really want to hold on to those cities. Now, my dear friend, King Rogon the Tormentor, I'm hereby calling the Great Holy War for England, and I will hire all of these, I guess. Don't really care about this, to be honest with you. And then I'm just gonna make sure that you don't... Why are you just 448 people? Man, the Yoms Vikings really weak these days, I guess. Great Holy War for England. The mighty Filke Glitterhoof has decided that it is time to teach King Rogon of Sardinia and Corsica and the believers of the dead crucified God another lesson in humility. All three Germanic men are invited to partake in the scouring of the Kingdom of England. The Thunderer is with us. For the Thunderer, indeed. Alright, we got 12,000 troops ready right here. If anyone comes in and tries to defeat me, you know, by virtue of them, of course, being able to land in my capital, then I will take them out. I have no issue with that whatsoever. I think we can get ready. And what you need to know, by the way, if you were missing this, England actually is also Wales. The only thing that exists that is still Wales is this town here. So we're getting all of this land right here. I am very excited because this is a big war for barely any cost, if, I mean, any at all, really. So let's just do it. And here we go. See, I would be lying if I told you it was difficult. We completely overwhelmed them. Just look at all those people. All of those people, or well, most of those people are my vassals. And they all aided me. Wherein, you know, I mean, what is this? Pannonia doesn't even have... Look at this! They don't even have ports! They literally could never come over here. They have been completely crushed. And just like that, successful Great Holy War has granted Filke Glitterhoof victory in the Great Holy War for England against Rogon of Sardinia and Corsica. Filke Glitterhoof has called for a month of celebration across the whole pagan world. Wait, what is this? Why are you this color? That's a very strange color for this region. Oh, I guess it's Ireland. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, actually. Alright, let me just check this out. Obviously, we hold all the titles that we just conquered. That makes a lot of sense. I can create so many new titles. Can I usurp England? Yes, I can. Do I want to usurp England? I think so, because she's the only daughter that I have, so it won't even split. Hello there. England is now my kingdom. Thank you very much. Now, my question is, how close am I to create Britannia? Quite close, actually. I feel like if I just had a quick claimant... No claimants, huh? What about Scotland? I believe Scotland is in a position where I might be able to do it long term, but I will just hand out so many things. We're going to finish with the British Isles. I think we're going to create a bit of a North Sea Empire, and then later on, in about like 1250, maybe something like that, maybe 1200 already, I'm not quite sure, we're going to move on. I think that should be possible to just, you know, leave all of this stuff behind, if I'm not entirely mistaken. Alright, I was looking around, I handed over all of the titles, and the way I did it, because we have a very, very, very low limit to vassal limits here, thanks to the game rule of -10, I gave them out mostly to people that already held land, so you will see, for example, Gloucester here, and all of those things I assume will essentially fiddle themselves out, you know, with Gavelkind going on and whatnot, and I was looking around, and I was looking for what we should do next, and then I thought to myself, you know what, there is still this one achievement, where you have Frisia as your primary title, and you hold Flanders and Brabant, and they are de jure part of it. And I honestly think we should go for it, because we are already in the region, you know, we're gonna retake, of course, Brittany at some point in the future as well, because returning to Retz, of course, is the big dream, but I think until then we can take Frisia. Now, I also fixed the coat of arms. I always hated it, and I pointed this out before, I always hated the Catholic coat of arms, but now look at this. Look at this. This is an alternate version. I can't believe it's alternate, because this is so much superior. This actually looks good, seriously. Now, either way, beyond that, I have given, you know, as I said, everything out. We are going to turn English at some point. But I think for the moment, let's just beat up Frisia. Or rather, before we do that, you know what? Let me actually just switch to the eldership succession law in both of our kingdoms. Because I would, of course, love to turn... You know what? Let's just skip one generation. Let's just vote for our dear Gunther here. Why is this law different than England? You know what? I really don't know. But I also don't think it matters. I think we can get Gunther to be elected. Then we, by, you know, virtue of that, of course, just skip one generation. But I think that's fine. Let's beat up the Frisians and take part of their land. So I also picked up England as my main title just so that I could change my capital over here to Middlesex, because I'm hoping that, you know, eventually Anglo-Saxon here is going to turn into English, and when it does, I will immediately be able to convert to it, meaning that I could then be able to, you know, actually make some things happen here. I will, of course, though, change the title back, because this color is just so much nicer than the England color. So let's just go with that. As you can see, we won our war, and we are going to kick out Friesland eventually. We're going to take it all over, and then I'm going to take over Flanders and Brabant. And quite honestly, why don't we just take over Flanders and Brabant right away? I think that is kind of, you know, at least we can take over one of the two. And we're going to take Flanders. That's a very powerful duchy, and I think taking that over is the right choice to make here. And there you go, we are already Kings of Frisia, and now I just need to make it my primary title, hold on to it, and hopefully make sure that it doesn't get inherited by anyone else. Gunther, you shall be the sole heir of all kingdoms that we hold. Now, our color is, of course, quite hideous, no offense, Netherlands, but... you know, it is quite hideous. All I now need is essentially Brabant, and then we're going to hold on to both of those for 100 years, and we will be good to go. Now, I did check. I thought that I might have changed how long it takes for something to de jure drift in this playthrough, but I didn't. As you can see here, 83 out of 100 and so on and so forth, so I think we should be fine here with just waiting 100 years. If it was like 200 years, I would definitely not do it. That would simply be enough. Too much, I mean. But there you go, Frisia. Man, we're going to look real stupid for about 100 years right here. And would you look at that, we've already done it, Brabant and Flanders are in our hands, and with that I'm going to enter a very passive place. I already noticed that my vassals are conquering left and right. They have conquered so much in the time that I've just focused on Frisia. Now I'm just going to wait, because I need to usurp these duchies over here, because only when I usurp them will it actually start drifting into our empire, or rather into our kingdom. But we're gonna get it done eventually, and I also still have to wait for this to turn English. So we're waiting for 2 achievements here. We're gonna see the world develop. As we go, I will show you some overview, you know, on the religious, cultural, and etc, etc. But mostly we are just, well, you know, waiting right here in our spot. And here we go, it's the year 1119, it has finally happened. Also, this event does not make any sense. For as long as we have ruled here, we Normans have entrusted the raising of our children to Saxon nursemaids. Our first words would not be Norman French, but Saxon. As we grew up, we learned to speak a tongue that was neither one nor the other. Now is the time to make this tongue our own, so we may all communicate. You let us be one with our serfs. Absolutely. Now, I will tell you, as you can tell, we are establishing ourselves here. We're going to be waiting for quite some time, so this will be a heavy fast forward, just because, you know, I do want this achievement, and I think, you know, we've done so much in this playthrough. I really need to let the world breathe and do its own thing, but more importantly, wouldn't it be kind of funny? And I mean, wouldn't it be kind of funny if it just so happened that the Joms Vikings were the holders of the Filkerit? Because no matter what happens, they will always fight, they will always have troops at their disposal, and I think it would be quite funny. And there you go. Princess Arves of Frisia will be my heir. That's of course the wrong thing, but we got the Conqueror. And now it's just time for me, I think, to reconvert. I want to go back. Oh no, we've become pneumonic. We might die here, and if we do... You know what? Why don't you try something new? But if we die here, oh god, Lancelin. Lancelin betrayed me. We are pneumonic, and now he did this to me. The pot with which Lancelin the Blind brought with him to your chamber emitted a strange buzzing sound. Before you could stop him, he threw it on the floor, where it exploded in a cloud of pottery shards and swarms of furious bees. As your physician fled the room, you remained their only target. I should have never have trusted Lancelin. You absolute moron. But at the very least, Gunther will inherit, and that is always nice to see. At least I would, you know, argue as much. Let's get this done. There you go, we died at 70, a good age to die, and now King Gunther takes over with a very strange, anything really? I mean, I don't know what exactly is going on there with his clothes, but, and he's also Norman, oh my god, no, please, do become English. Absolutely, there you go. We are now all English for now and forever. Who are we? A skilled tactician, paranoid, diligent, and humble. Beyond that, I don't think we have too many ambitions. We are an okay ruler. Yeah, let's just be a good one. I've never had a rulership focus in this entire playthrough. Now, we are married to Astrid of Poha, which means that if we do have another child, at the very least, they will get a claim down here. And the claim is already a pretty decent start. Long term, of course, I do want to go kind of, you know, into Brittany here and retake that. But for the moment, I think we are fine. Let me just check what else we have. We have some dangerous factions. Why don't you try? I would like to see you succeed there. There you go. Now, so the incorporation of Brabant into the Kingdom of France is going down by 2 years per year. So we're currently at 15, so in about 7.5 years we're going to be at 0, and then it's going to tick up. As you can see, the Duchy of Flanders is a bit quicker, but that's going to be okay. At roughly 1300 will be when the, you know, achievement will pop for the Frisian Kingdom. Beyond that, I'm looking around. I don't have any valid heirs, apparently. I don't think that's right. Who are you? My father? Wait, what? Oh, wait, why is my father eligible for this? This makes no sense. Alright, I guess just don't die right now, because if I do, then we will literally lose everything, and can't imagine that to be a good thing. But yeah, okay, apparently my father has a right to inherit here. I do not understand why, but I don't think that I, you know, need to understand it. Remember, the Filkerate is now in the hands of Filke Lodin, the usurper. And to also take a look at this, I could create the Kingdom of Swithiot, I could usurp Norway if we were his religion, and I could create the Empire of Britannia, but we are going to do no such thing because Frisia, of course, needs to be incorporated. That is the dream, and we're going to make it happen, believe you me. Oh no. Wait a minute, how did you get this? Elected? How was he... Wait, what? Wait a minute, so he was elected, and these titles are now still agnatic open elective, but they're not the same as the Jomsvikings? I don't actually know what happened there. Do you have a claim on the Jomsvikings now by any chance? Yeah, he does. A strong one as well. I don't know why Filke U was voted out, but he apparently was voted out. I mean, that's okay, you know, he has created a feudal elective gigantic realm. All of this was under the control of the Jomsvikings, but no more. I don't quite know what happened there, and I don't know whether I need to know. Yeah, this is honestly a bit weird. I don't know. I'm just very confused. Oh, and beautiful. Ruling from your court has increased your sense of justice. Your judgments have a profound effect on the lives of your subjects, and you have decided to be more fair. Absolutely excellent. I'm now known as the Just. I am the opponent, or rather the opposite of King Glitterhoof the Stormforged. And by the way, look at that. My father is now the Grand Mayor Brunte II, the Fat of Gloucester. Like, this is sort of okay. We have my brother, King Humphrey, my half-brother, rule over England with 19k troops. I have 12k troops over here in Frisia. Then we have teeny tiny Wales under King Albert, and I think that's all the kingdoms in terms of splitting. I died to cancer, just for the record here. I died at the tender age of 24. A very decent character, as you can see, just hanging out, and now he is gone. But honestly, I'm quite okay with this partition. I think we're just gonna hang out in Frisia. I might even make some kingdom tier titles over here so that that splits off eventually, but right now all of this is held by just one duke, because he used to be the Jomsvikings leader. He was ousted somehow, and now it's all primogenitor. Every single title went from elective to primogenitor, so that might take some while until, you know, his vassals decide that they've had enough. They even love him, but we'll see how it goes ultimately. He is not that much of a threat because he is fairly weak even for the land that he holds. Well, King Richard, an Englishman, instead of the Dutch coming over to England, we've come over here to the Dutch. Well, let's incorporate this kingdom, shall we? I already was looking at it. Blessed ancestor. Let's go. Gunther was a true exemplar of the Germanic faith, living a pious and inspiring life. In a grand announcement, Filke U has decided to include Gunther the Great among the venerated ancestors of old. Many tales are told about the feats of Gunther did in life, and he will be an inspiration for our descendants for years to come. Does he? Is he already listed here? Yes, let's go. Blessed Gunther the Great of Frisia. He was great. And now, just for the record here, I mean, we are in a position where I am quite powerful. I don't know if I could survive a crusade. I would have to take a look at that. I don't think we're going to see one called anyway anytime soon, because they are quite weak and quite divided. But man, that death was not my plan. I wanted to be on elective, you know, what's it called? Eldership. Seniority or whatever the hell it's called. But instead we're here, and we got a couple of vassals, but I think we'll be fine, honestly. This isn't the worst Gavelkind split that I've seen. It's pretty alright. Would you look at that? Frisian Revolt League Independence. Well, I knew it had to come, but this will be convenient because this actually means that I will be able to split this off, which I want to keep, from Scandinavia. I just, need to revoke all of their titles, yada yada, you know the drill. Now, I'm in a position where I have still, to this day, a lot of money, and I think we can make a lot of things happen with this. Remember, I just need to go on and actually, take down one of their holdings, and immediately the ticking war score will not be in their favor. So that should be fairly easy to do. Now, I'm also sure that they are going to come for my land. That is what they usually do. Don't kill me, Spy Master. Thank you, Pumpkin. Thank you for being friendly. We're going to be alright. We are going to be alright, I think. Yeah, no doubt about it. Who the hell are you? Just a random guy, huh? And here you go. Would you look at that? They got completely hammered and now they gave up. Now, my big question is, how can I make it so that this fella over here will no longer have access to any of the titles that he has... Excuse me? Seriously? To any of the titles that he currently calls his own. Let me just convince the council. I'm gonna try to make it so that I can actually splinter off Scandinavia from myself, because I wanna, just keep kind of track of everything that is over here in the Netherlands, or rather, well, in Frisia, and the rest I can't say I care for. Okay, so I made some final decisions here. I revoked a lot of titles. We are now in a position where I can just simply grant this guy independence, and he can do whatever the hell he wants, although, I mean, just for good measure, right? And then I will be able to also give this guy independence, leaving me with only Frisia. Now, the thing that I want to do here is, I think, I don't even need to give him independence. If I can just execute him, Duke Joffrey of Hampshire will be the heir, or rather be the, person that gets it. And that is kind of okay, I think, because these kingdoms will split sooner rather than later. But for the moment, they have a North Sea Empire, and I'm not necessarily against that. So, my dear... Oh, I can't execute you. Why don't I grant you independence? Because then I will be able to execute you. Just by virtue of, there you go. Now only the petty kingdom of Yilland cares. And now there's England. And England shall remain there forever. Now I'm going to revoke, I'm going to grant independence to a couple more people here, because I think that is the most adequate thing to do here. I don't want to hold anything over here, really. I just want to hold my Frisian. That's all I care about. And we're going to do that successfully, of course. I mean, honestly, I'm very happy about that revolt, because it opened up so many alleyways for me. It's just quite amazing, honestly. Very, very convenient. Yeah, would you look at that? We look so much better already. I'm a huge fan. Can I get rid of you? Get out of here, dude. Don't even... What's this? Why am I holding part of Sakala? Why don't you just... Get out of my face, buddy. Alright, I just need to get rid of this territory over here, and then we will be in a position where I am just Frisia. Cute little Frisia. But with that being said, I would like to thank the members of the channel that are making videos such as this one possible, namely the Barons Aaron, Stefan, the Richest, T, Snywolf, Emma Mello, Thomas, Lachlan, Mitchell, MFV, and Florian. Then of course also the Counts, Shifty, Wombat, and Kazan, and last but not least, the absolutely beautiful Duke, Suspicious Duck, Nathan, Knight of Squires, Kenneth, Lexo, Eric, and Aiden. And we only have 250 years left in this playthrough. I hope that we can get it over with, but in a good fashion, because I still have big plans. And I wonder, will the Mongols arrive this time? Will the Aztecs arrive, and will they be kicked out again? Let's see. For now, I will see you later. Alligator.